Democrat mega donor and Florida personal injury lawyer. John, I know you donated $1 million.
Oh my God. I hope this is one of those mega donors that's pro Joe Manchin.
To the Biden-Harris campaign. And I know they'd like your money now that Harris is likely to be the nominee. So what's next for you?
Well, what's next for me is I'm out. When all this happened, I wasn't upset about it. What I didn't like was a coronation instead of a convention. I didn't like the idea of 2 or 3 people picking the nominee because I believe a convention would have provided perhaps a stronger candidate, or it would have made her stronger.
Famously, the vice presidential position doesn't ever have like an electoral contest attached to it. As you guys know, presidents become president and then they appoint who their vice president is going to be after they become president. I like that idea that like he's mad that the swap out occurred between the president who stepped down and then made his vice president the actual nominee for the party. I guess he forgot the 2020 election. I don't know what's going on here. He's like, oh, well, what do you mean? And nobody knows who this person is. Nobody's voted for Kamala Harris. It's like, bro, what? Like, I agree. If you're saying like she's untested, right? In a major battleground, that's correct. She is. Because when you're VP, it's not like you are withstanding like a lot of damage, right? But having said that, you can't argue that like nobody voted for her. Her name was on the ballot, dude. Like she got a historic amount of votes alongside Joe Biden.
That didn't happen. And so I said, I'm just going to take my money and go home. And guess what? They're going to raise plenty of money without me. They're not going to need me one bit. But for me, it was a bridge too far.
Well, they've raised a lot of money, $81 million, they say, in the last, 24 hours or so, 30 hours or so for Kamala Harris. But the question remains, I mean, she said late today, that she's going to win the nomination.
It's also especially funny to say this about Kamala Harris, who I don't think is the best VP pick for Joe Biden, and that was a bad move from the campaign at the time. However, with Kamala Harris, and this part is actually kind of shocking, she, unlike any other vice president, actually had the capacity to become president during Joe Biden's administration because he's old as I don't get it. I don't know why he's like you didn't think about this at all. You didn't consider this prospect.
Well, what does that mean right now? Win the nomination? I mean, it's pretty much they forced Biden to drop out. He didn't want to drop out. He's been in Washington for 51 years, and they threw him to the side pretty quickly when they decided the numbers didn't add up. Do you think if she flames out in a similar way over the next 2 weeks, Lord knows what's going to happen? It's been a crazy news cycle. Will she survive?
Well, she's in it forever. And once Pelosi endorsed her, that was the end of the convention because Pelosi had called for a mini convention. That's over. It's Kamala Harris, and they're going to live and die with her. My thought was, if you could pick.
Oh my God, AOC was right. Oh my God. What he's saying kind of tracks with what AOC was like saying on Politico literally before Biden dropped out, the day before Biden dropped out. I remember us joking in 2020 that we were voting for the VP because Biden was going to die in office. Yeah. This is Morgan & Morgan attorney. I litigate against them all the time. They are notorious assholes and their attorneys suck.
Anybody. Don't you go and pick the 2 strongest people to win. I don't think they did, but guess what? It's not my decision. My decision is you all go do what you want to do. I'll stay home because I believe to raise millions of dollars, you have to, number one, be enthusiastic. You have to believe in the person and you have to believe they can win. And if you don't have those things, you're not going to have me. So I'm okay with what they've done.
John, I was an old defense attorney. I was a criminal, white collar defense attorney. So, but you have a big law practice. So you make bets on cases. You make big bets because you have to put in an enormous amount of time to think you're going to get a payout at the end with a lot of contingency cases. And if you don't think that case is going to be successful,
just the worst kind of lawyer.
Are you going to put all that money in up front and litigate that thing to the end? I mean, you have to make that calculation. Is that the type of thinking that you're engaged in now?
The type of thinking I'm thinking, Laura, and by the way, my son Matt said to tell you hello. He met you at Make-A-Wish. But
nice.
The way years ago, but what I'm thinking is this. I own a lot of racehorses. We just had one running the Royal Ascot. When you go to the racetrack, you see who you think.
Yeah, ambulance chaser versus corporate defense attorney is just like bottom of the pile in terms of lawyering. Ambulance chasing is based. Okay, dude. Ambulance chasing is still objectively better than the corporate law aspect. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Like, what is Fox News doing right now? They have like a massive libtard mega donor on who donated $1 million, who's like talking about his racehorses. Like, what is happening? That's right. I own a lot of racehorses. Oh, thank you, man. I want to hear more about the everyday experiences that you have. Also, my son says hello. We were at Make-A-Wish together at the foundation dinner. He met you.
Can win, and you bet on the horse that you think you can win, that will win.
What? Still more morally bankrupt to prosecute than white collar defense? No, you're wrong. That is like the one aspect of prosecution that is I'm sorry. Like when I say ACAB, I think a lot of people misunderstand me when I say this. No, I still think that's like objectively good to prosecute corporations. I think it's objectively good to have regulations and hold companies to account and make them abide by the law.
And in this case, I don't believe she can win. Now, does that make me a bad person? They want to make me a bad person for saying that.
Yes, defense attorneys across the board are better than prosecutors, though. If that was the point you were making, King Leopold, then you are correct.
They want to say, well, oh my God, you're not. No, I don't think she could win. I think a combination of Joe Manchin, Andy Bashir, Josh Shapiro, Mark Kelly. I got 1,000 different scenarios that I think make more sense to win. But what
John,
I really
that
think
party's gone. John.
Wait, what? He just hates, bro just hates women.
That's to win. Different scenarios. Josh Shapiro.
He said Joe Manchin, bro. Shut the up. I mean, I like Andy Bashir more than Kamala Harris, but he's just hitting every avenue. He's literally just saying, you know what I like? Man. Like, that's what he just said. He literally just said, you know what I want more than Kamala? Man, a white man. Because, like, he brought up 3 different Democrats with 3 unique perspectives. You have a regular, like, somewhat socially conservative, somewhat socially progressive, somewhat fiscally conservative governor in Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro. You have Andy Bashir, who's like pretty progressive across the board. You have Joe Manchin, who was like a spoiler and not even a Democrat. So he's just like, I don't even care what their background is. I just want a man, a white man.
Mark Kelly. I got 1,000 different scenarios that I think make more sense to win. But
John, that party's gone. John, that party's gone. I hate to tell you. I mean, you're super successful. You don't need my political advice, but that Democrat Party has sailed. That's gone. I mean, Manchin was going to run for about 5 seconds. And then he's out. Like Manchin's always threatening, like, I'm going to be the guy that comes in and challenge Biden. Now he's going to challenge Harris. But he's all talk and no action. He doesn't.
Well, they're never going to.
He's not going to take him on.
They're never going to pick Manchin for a lot of reasons. They're never going to pick Manchin. But there is Josh Shapiro. There is Gretchen Whitmer. It's like this. Which person?
Oh, he mentioned Gretchen Whitmer. Okay, maybe there's another aspect of Kamala Harris that he doesn't like. Because I thought it was odd. He didn't mention Big Gretch, who's pretty solid and my preference over Kamala as well.
Person or persons do you think can win? If you could pick any, my thought is this, and I represent some people high up in the Trump organization.
What is going on? Bro got the thumbs up.
For some cases, if they had to pick one person to run against out of the whole lot, they just pick one. I think they pick her.
I think you're 100% right. John, we have a mind meld, Democrat, Republican tonight. Because if I'm trying to pick someone, it's either Newsom, who's a disaster in California, or it's Kamala. All the other ones would be much harder to campaign against.
How about this? Andy Bashir and Josh Shapiro. Andy Bashir won twice in Kentucky in a red state. Trump won
but the
by
progressives
40 points.
hate him. Yeah, that's a party that doesn't exist anymore. That party hates Bashir.
Don't forget,
Kentucky
Laura,
likes him, but that's about it.
Well, but he knows how to win in difficult situations. Shapiro can win in a swing state. Whitmer can win in a look. It gets.
She's like, all right, shut the up. Stop talking. Like, we were in agreement when you said Kamala Harris is weak and that's why you don't want to give money to the Democrats. Now you're talking about like Kamala Harris's potential VP picks as like, solid choices. And maybe you should shut the fuck up now, dumbass.
It's down to this: Michigan and Pennsylvania. If you don't win those 2, it's over.
Well, but John, if you are one of those characters and you think you have a political future in 2028, my God, I would run from the invitation to be on Kamala's ticket. I would run as fast as they could.
Yeah. Definitely. Don't run. Hey, those two guys you brought up that are objectively good for different reasons on the ticket, you should run away. Hey, guys, if you're listening, all of the good candidates that this dude brought up, hey, if you're listening, please run away. Take my advice. Run away. It would be really bad to be on Kamala Harris's VP slot. He can practice law, but he can't drive law. He doesn't have a license. He has hired drivers. Wait, now he doesn't have a license? 10 DUIs. They finally took it away from him on the 10th one. What's he doing? Is he making his drivers drive drunk too? He's like, listen, it's like if I was driving drunk. Listen, just drink this beer, okay? Stole my joke. I was typing it up. Yeah, well, how about you get better jokes? Just like my ad break segues are bad. I did IT work for his building, always had a hired driver. Why are there so many people who worked with this guy in the chat right now? That was my worst segue I've ever done.
Except those folks are thinking about name ID. What's the name ID?
There's going to be a long memory. If you can't beat Trump with everything they've thrown at Trump, and you go down in flames against Trump, you're going to be the next roadkill for the Democrat Party. They should run. John, we got to roll. It's great to talk to you. Thanks so much for joining.
Yeah, totally. Hey guys, please, no matter what you do, don't run alongside Kamala Harris, because you're gonna lose, I promise. Like, why do you care about the career prospects of solid Democrats, solid presidential nominees? Who are you? Who is this for? Yeah, thanks, Laura Ingraham.
So
I'm sure people will be paying attention to what you have to say here, because they really think you have the best interest of oh my god, 162, 300 chatters rated this ad segue an average of 1.62. Yikes, Hasi, unpoggers. That is an all-time low, man. That is an all-time low. That is a career low for me. You still had Simps in the chat giving 10-10, so it's even worse. Oh my god. The 5 on Mamala.
how these memes actually help her, because they speak to the truth that she's an unserious person.
Oh, come on, Greg Buttfeld. You're literally Greg Buttfeld. What do you mean unserious person? Says you, motherfucker.
Laughter is the thing that people will immediately go, please make this end. So sorry to pee on your coconut parade, Jessica.
Wow. All right, that's what I expect from you. So Dana, one of the great things about the internet is
anybody can get it.
Anyone can get it, and
unless you live in rural America. Thanks, Joe Biden.
No.
What? Unless you're in rural America, thanks, Joe Biden? Are you serious? You are a Republican on The 5 at Fox News Television. Did you just say that Democrats are holding up infrastructure spending? Do you know what party and ideology you represent? Okay, listen, dude. I hate the Democrats. I shit on them all the goddamn time, but that's a bridge too far. If we are objectively speaking, there is only one group of individuals that are pathetically resistant, just uniquely abhorrent in terms of infrastructure spending, and that is the Republican Party. Dude, that's disgusting. Dude, under the Hasan regime, you're going to jail, okay? Like, lying to that degree, lying at that level, you're going to jail. If they vote no on a infrastructure bill and then go home to their town hall and be like, I brought you money. I brought money to Missouri. Jail. Directly. Okay? Directly going to jail. 100%. Nope. You can't vote no. You can't vote no on infrastructure and then take credit for it, dude. They're also literally doing infrastructure and slapping their name on it. Biden is putting his name on economic progress, but will voters just drive right by? No, that's like, this is solid. This is solid campaigning. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. They should do that. It's very Trumpian, and I think it's smart. Biden-Harris admin announces $401 million for high-speed internet access in rural areas. There's only one party that is like genuinely opposed to this shit, and it is absolutely, it's the Republicans. Sorry.
Oh, they have expanded broadband. I don't need to do it, but you know how much broadband's been there. The awkwardness is an asset.
Like, Greg Buffalo's just laughing because he knows she's lying. Like, that's so annoying to me, man. He thinks it's so funny that she just lied. He's like, yeah, got him. Like, dumb believe that shit, though.
On the internet, and you are seeing that.
All right, well, I'm just saying that, like, if I was going to be the first woman president, I would really want to be taken seriously. I'm for memes. I think that the whatever, but if you're too online, and if you're just focused on the too online audience on both sides, you're going to lose a whole bunch of people are saying, can we?
Yeah, maybe you should tell that to the dudes following like Groyper or whatever. I know that that was a meme. JD Vance didn't actually follow that account, but you know, he follows accounts adjacent to that fake account.
We just have somebody normal.
Do you really want brats to run this country? They already do enough damage.
You don't understand the essence of Brat Summer.
I stand corrected.
Katie, millennial it up.
I think the white boy summer memes are going to take over. Like the Hulk Hogan memes beat out these memes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
Oh my God. Anytime I hear old people talk about this or anyone really, like, no, you can't do serious analysis on memes. Oh my God, please.
It's hard to out meme the Hulk Hogan.
so she's already up 25, 30 points with Gen Zs.
I'm going to color myself uncool. Brat means, they say it means you're just like a girl who's a little messy and likes to party.
Yeah.
And maybe some dumb things sometimes. I'm just trying to catch up to this. How does this help her?
Right.
Well, if
thank
it's
you.
getting a...
That's embarrassing, actually, that's what they're putting on her.
Okay, well, it's because Charlie
That's what you do though. 30, Lamau. Thank you for saying I'm 30. I'm about to be 33 in 2 days. But no, I think this is cringe. Like CNN doing it is cringe. I think memes like this and leaning into it from like a professional setting is cringe as. That's why when I saw this, the first thing I said was like, I really hope they don't try to like lean into this meme. Oh my Lord, I don't think Americans that actually vote give a shit about this. Like, I think that it annoys them.
CX said that about her. It isn't embarrassing. You're not the target demo. Let's
Yeah.
just...
So attack me.
Thank God these
I'm not
people don't
attacking
vote.
you. They do vote. One more thing, Max.
The Zoomer K-Hive content, the triumphant comeback of the Kamala Harris meme. Yeah, I'm going to throw up. Van says, yeah, see, don't be too online, I say, to those who are listening to the five. Vance has wartime physiognomy. He looks like every Civil War general who got promoted after their first few battles happened and people figured out who was good at war. Frankly, he looks like the coomers you find in college hostels. Coomers? I haven't heard that in a fucking long ass time. Your job is to be too online. Yeah. You know what's funny about that? My job is to be too online. And a big part of what I try to do is like exist in the real world outside of the moments that I'm online. And I try to bridge the two worlds regularly. I try to explain to people through various different rhetorical mechanisms that like they are perhaps being a little too online with their analysis. Time and time again, I repeat myself on those issues.